say our community should be foremost in female representation. We are the ones who should have equal amount of male and female speakers on our pulpits. It's admirable to invite twice a year a sister to speak for 30 minutes on mental health or nutrition or how to raise children. That, however, is insufficient. We need sisters to speak on the esoteric meanings behind Quranic verses, of the true essence of Velaya, of the profound philosophy of existence. Some seminaries, there are more female than male students. If that's so, where are they to be found? Why are the women who excel in their studies reduced to only teaching their families at home, or female-only gatherings that are not recorded for others women to benefit from? There is nothing problematic in teaching only girls, but more women need to be here teaching both genders on public platforms. If they speak English, we need to recommend their names as readily as we can think of 10 or 20 male speakers on the spot. So what prevents women from speaking in public? Modesty? We certainly didn't dictate that a woman in a full hijab speaking with professional mannerisms to an audience of mature adults was immodest. You did. We didn't hypersexualize women to such an extent that even her voice becomes a fitna. You did. We didn't render women so weak and subordinate that she needs a man to act as a medium between her words and your ears. You did. Men are free to say and do whatever they like within the boundaries of decency and Islamic law. Women, unfortunately, are not. It makes me sad to think that the only women we revere in Islamic history are the ones directly related to great men. These esteemed ladies, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon them all, are pristine in their own right, touched by the divine, and examples for all of humanity for all of time. They are, in addition, exalted for how they help the male relative. May Allah's peace and blessing be upon them in establishing Allah's religion on earth.
Their contributions to Islam are astounding, from their literature and sermons to their courageous stances and trailblazing. Men and women alike emulate their lofty principles in hopes that we may reach a fraction of their greatness. The fact that these holy ladies were related to holy men made the impact of their work even stronger, and together with their counterparts, they established the most beautiful religion.
Yes, I sometimes wonder that if it were not of the fact that they are mothers of, sisters of, daughters of holy personalities, our history books would forget them. I wonder how many outstanding women of faith were faded in our memory because they stood alone.
Our patriarchal society, the one that germinated outside of the pastures of Islam, seems to dislike giving women of faith their proper due.
It is not that exemplary women don't exist. It is that they aren't remembered as they should be. Allah named a whole chapter in the Quran, Suratul Mujadala, after an inquisitive woman, but many of us don't know her name nor her story because perhaps she had no noble lineage and marriage. It is we who don't honor godly women as they should be honored. How many of us can name great women in Islamic history who were not directly related to great men? How many of us can name great contemporary women in Islam.
We have pride-worthy, brilliant examples of young men taking initiative in our communities, alhamdulillah, and I pray for their success. It's time that we extend the same approbation to our young women.
It is no small matter to grow up knowing that no matter how talented, intelligent you are, if you are female, you never reach the heights that are screened from you.
A young man with the exact same capabilities would be loaded, supported, sponsored, tutored, requested, and booked by organizations across the globe.
A vote to my young sisters who aspire to speak publicly. Tighten up your act. You are in man's world. Straighten your back. Steady your voice and speak with reason and restraint.
You have a unique perspective as a woman, and our community can really use the fresh insight you can provide. But don't rely on uniqueness alone. Without foregoing your godly humility, prove to the world that your faculties are not inferior and that your reason is not impaired.
If all of this is done and you are still repulsed by our community, we know to whom we can complain.